What is going on, guys? Good evening. Got my STINGRAY hoodie on today. I just messed all this up. What's up, guys? Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a long Sunday. I just got home, actually. I just hopped out the shower, so hop on stream with you guys for a little bit. But yeah, I've been golfing all day long. Played 18 holes, then we played a 9-hole course. Wasn't any good, but had a good time. Had some drinks, had some good times. So we're back and wanted to hop on with you guys and chat with you guys for a bit. Itzy's cooking some dinner right now, so we'll stay on here for a little bit and just catch up. See, this week was real busy. We'll go over all that kind of stuff. It's, surprisingly, it was supposed to be super cold today, but it turned out to be a great day for golf. It was about, 60 degrees or so, maybe 50s, depending on the wind, but it was pretty sunny outside, so wore a sweater and had some good times. Chris, thanks for tuning in. Victory, thank you. Cougar Sand, best and most honest dealership around, evident by 45 years in business. Thank you so much. My dad's been in business for a very, very long time. Calm down, little puppy. And we try our best to be as straight and transparent as possible with everybody. High today, 41. Now let's see what the temperature is over here. I mean, it kind of dropped a bit since the sun's down, but let's see here. It's 55 right now. Feels like 50, but it was in the 60s earlier today. You're getting a 70 Camaro Z28 delivered to your house in about 30 minutes. Awesome, man. What color did you get? Oh. Good evening, Pete. Thanks for tuning in. Did you guys catch that YouTube video I posted yesterday? A negotiation. It was kind of a short video, but I figured it'd be an easy video for you guys to watch. I've been dropping some long ones lately, so give you guys a break on the length of the videos. Yellow Daytona. Cool. Let's look up and see what kind of car he bought. 19. Can't even type right now. Camaro Z28 Daytona yellow. What's up, Dustin? Glad to see you in the chat. All right, here is the Camaro. Looks nice. Nice color. Does yours have the black racing stripes, I guess? As well? Oh, can't even spell yellow right. I just don't know how to buy one of these cars. I'm not a big Camaro guy myself. And I just can't tell what brings all the money. Some bring a lot of money. Some bring not a lot of money. Some bring okay money. I'm just not an expert on them, so that's why I don't pop off and buy them. But I don't know which are the popular years. I mean, anything late 60s, early 70s is going to be popular, but some more than others, I'm sure. It needs to be all original. That makes sense. Oh, Larry's Auto House. I've never heard of that place. Let's look up Larry's Auto House. Larry's Auto. Man, you guys got these cars tracked down a lot, huh? Larry's Autos. Oh, I don't know why I put house. Iowa. Is it this place? I can't just... It's hard for me to grasp that these Z06s are up there. I'm going to take a guess. This one's got 45,000 miles. Actually, I should have a lot less. The 01's not a good year. Let's see. Man, was I spot on? Tell me I know my stuff.
How much?
Has 42,000. I said 45. I'm spot on, man. I'm like a trigger. When it comes to Corvettes, I'm a genius. When it comes to everything else, I'm semi-retarded. But yeah, these have jumped up out of like the last 2 years. These Z06s have jumped up. Now, if they're selling at this price, no, I can't tell you that. But they certainly are priced at this price point. I sold one. I sold a 2004 commemorative edition Z06. Had 12,000 miles on that, and I sold that for 32 grand. Is this all the cars? Cool, cool. I'll look at solds. Let's see here. Where does it say solds? I'm trying. I can't see solds anywhere. Under inventory. Oh, here we go. Need my glasses. Nice. Man, that chassis looks great. Thank you. Let's take a look at this here in a second. Let me get my glasses on. Did I modified 15R asked if I bought anything Wednesday? Yeah, I sure did. I bought 2 cars at the last live stream. I bought a cool one. I'll show you guys a couple pictures here in a bit of what I bought if you didn't catch it Wednesday. But yeah, I bought something very unique. I've never had one of these cars personally. All right. Man, look at this thing. Looks spotless. That's clean. It's nice they took photos here. These cars always get little rust bubbles here. This one looks great. Love the color. Beautiful engine. You live around this dealership, or you bought it sight unseen? And what'd you say, Cougar? Do you worry about an aging customer base that appreciates all model years of Corvettes, or do you think younger folks will appreciate the older cars? I think resto mods will be more of a thing. Like, resto mods will be a lot more popular. But I also think they will be a lot cheaper than what they are now, because everybody will be doing it. So like this right here, or like a 70s or 60s Corvette, I think there'll be a lot more resto mods for the people my age or younger. I don't think originality will matter too much. But I think the style is always going to be there, at least for now. But it could fall into like the stuff of the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s models cars. But who's to know? But beautiful, beautiful Camaro. What are you doing over here, puppy? California, you had to fly there. So you flew over there and checked it out. Awesome. It's very... I don't think I've had anybody do that in a very long time. I don't think I've had somebody come out and look at a car and then buy it and ship it in a long time. I did have somebody years ago fly in from California and look at a Bronco I had and then bought it and we shipped it out to him. Ugh. My wrist hurt from golf. Hit the ground too much, not the ball. It was cold. I've never been to Iowa. I'm sure it's freezing. Sounds like it gets cold over there. Here's what Itzy made. Itzy wants to show off. This is what she did all day. She was making some macarons. French macarons. Let's try them out. Pretty good. What did you put in the middle? Some strawberry stuff?
Raspberry. There was raspberry buttercream macarons.
You're a regular old chef. Sorry, guys. Pretty good. Yeah, Pete's asking where his are.
I'm going to ship it over there.
You're going to ship them all the way over there? Alright, let's look at what... Actually, my website's not even updated right now, but... Here's what my current inventory is looking like. You're trying to quit bakery? Itzy's gonna have me chubby in a few years, maybe. I don't know, I'm weird. I can eat a lot. I'll stay the same weight. I cannot eat anything and I'll stay the same weight. I'm the same weight I was when I graduated high school. And that was 12 years ago. Alright. Got a little Acura, Audi, BMW. I think I told you guys about this. Oh, yeah. So since we last talked, last Sunday, I told you guys I had a person that lived in Massachusetts or somewhere around there. Was supposed to be trading in 3 Corvettes for this C8. And deal was done. Everything talked about it. Was looking in the shipping and all that kind of good stuff. I need a napkin. I think I got some frosting on my face. And so I was talking with the guy, trying to arrange the transport and get everything lined up. And I texted him, so yeah, the only thing I'm working on is trying to get, all we have is 2 car transporters. I need one that will haul all 3 back. And then he goes, what do you mean all 3? I said, well, your Corvettes that you're trading in. Oh no, I only want to trade in 2. I said, well, what are you talking about? And he wanted to trade in, the Corvettes he had was a 70, he had a 70 or 71 Corvette convertible. He had a 72 LT1, and then he had a 73 convertible. All very nice. But he wanted to trade in like the 70 or 71 and the 73. I said, those cars don't even add up to this Corvette. So one, that doesn't make any sense at all. And I thought we were doing 3 cars. And then he's like, well, what if I give you the 72 and the 73? I said, that doesn't help me out that much. I said, maybe, if I was able to sell your 72 for 45 grand. Let's say I was. Nobody wanted to negotiate with me. They said, screw it, I'll pay you 45 grand. And I was able to sell your 73 for 25 grand. That's 70,000, right? 70 grand But I got to pay shipping to get those cars down here. So I'm back at 67 grand. And then I've had to sell 3 cars, the C8, 72, and 73, to just make up for what I could sell this one for. And that's 3 commissions you would get paid out instead of 1. So I could just sell 1 car one time, or I got to sell 3 cars to just equal that 1 sale. I said it's not worth it to me. And that's if nobody negotiated with me and if your cars didn't need anything. So I said, no, man, there's no way that's possible at all for me. That old guy on the East Coast didn't want to send his title before payment. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy to me. And I really don't think he was trying to scam me. I really don't believe so. I mean, he seemed like a legit guy. The videos he sent me were legit, at least in my opinion. Talked to him for he called like the day before and then called the dealership a few more times and then texted me whatever I asked him for. But yeah, it's just kind of like I said in that video. When somebody calls me, they know I'm a real person. They see all the videos, they can look up the dealership and all that kind of stuff. But then to ask me to send you money with nothing, it's weird. And that's not even how it works anyways. He texted me, well, that's not how it works on eBay. I was like, 1, I'm not eBay. 2, eBay is the middle person and they broker everything. There's nobody here brokering anything. I send you money, it's gone. So yeah, no deal on that 70 Corvette. But it wasn't really a loss because it sounded cheap to a lot of people, I'm sure. But, you know, you're talking about a low option car, non-matching numbers, had some interior flaws, and then shipping, and then, you know, it's a mid-20s car. By the time I get it to my place, I'll have close to what I offer them, 20,000 and some change. I have close to 22 grand in it before I have to fix some stuff. So it's not like I was dying to have it. So I've had a lot of action on this car this week. A lot of action on this car. Nobody's pulled the trigger. I've had a lot of people offer 60 grand for it. MMR on this car is like 63 grand, I believe. We'll check. Let's check here right now, actually. What is MMR on this car? And for you guys that don't know, MMR is wholesale, meaning if I took this car to an auction, what would this car bring roughly in an auction block? And speaking of that, this week's has been really busy. A ton of phone calls. Like a ton of phone calls. All over the place. Which I appreciated a lot. So most of my week was taken up with phone calls. A lot of people trying to sell me stuff. A lot of people inquiring about cars. And everybody that's called to sell me stuff has been pretty crazy on price. I'll tell you a short story here in a second after I look up this MMR. Alright. So this is MMR. This is auction value guides.
Oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah, your macarons, they taste great.
Oh my god.
So for 2017 Corvette Z06 3LZ in about 22,000 miles. I think it's like 21,000 some change, but call it 21. MMR is 58.3. MMR has been falling on this car, actually. When we first got this car in stock, MMR was 63 grand. MMR has fallen $6,000 since the time we've had it. So that being said, cars are not going up. They are coming down in price. But here's some recent sales. So sometimes I do bring it over MMR. So here's one right here back in just a few days ago. One with 11,000 miles sold for 65,000. Here's one. These are wholesale prices. Here's one with 23,600, brought 63 grand. 28,000, brought 58,000. So I think if this car went through an auction, it'll bring somewhere around 60 grand. So, but I have been getting about 2 or 3 offers of 60 grand this week. It's not my car. I'm selling it for a guy. He owes 72,000 on this car. He paid 79 for it. But yeah, Z06. I had a guy who lives here in town. Nice guy, really nice guy actually. But he sends me these cars, and he has these cars for sale, and he sends them to me acting like, yeah, I'm gonna make you a deal on it. I want to make you a great deal. I'll make you a great. He's always messaging me cars. And he sent me a truck the other day. He's like, I'll take 15,000 for this Ford F-250 4x4. It's like, man, that sounds good. Send me some pictures and info. Pictures look good. It's like, well, send me the VIN and the miles. Miles 220. MMR on the car was like 5,000. He wanted 15. Like, okay, man, sorry, can't do that. He's like, I'll make you a package deal. I got 5 cars I want to sell. I'll sell them all to you for 43 grand. Your price. And I said, man, I really appreciate you trying to do business with me, but and I sent him all the MMRs of what they were bringing at auction. I said, even if I was looking for these cars, which some of them I'm not, because they were like BMW, like '08 BMWs, just like a Ford Ecoline van, a big van. I said, even if I was in the market for these cars, here's what they would kind of sell for at an auction. And it totaled up less than like $20,000. Like all 5 cars totaled up less than like 20 grand. And he wanted 43 grand for them. So like that's the kind of stuff I've been getting lately. A really nice guy in the valley. He watches a lot of our YouTube videos. He called me up saying he had wanted to unload some of his cars. He had a 78 El Camino. He had a 2006 Chevrolet SSR, and then a 92 RS Camaro. Hey, Nick. I still have itch for my iRock or Monte Carlo T-tops. I know, I'm searching for one. So this guy had a 92 Camaro RS, 78 El Camino, and a 2006 SSR. Let me show you guys pictures of these. 2006 SSR. SSRs are cool. They're unique. It's a Corvette truck. They're very oddball cars. And his had trying to see if I can find one. His was like this color, but then had flames on it. So he was flamed out. Call it a flamer. And then he had a 1992 Camaro RS. So he had something like this. It was like this, really. Except with a convertible. And then a 1978 El Camino. It was like this. So those were his 3 cars. I was like, well, and as I start off every deal, I was like, how much do you want for them? He's like, well, let me send you pictures and we'll go from there. I know I got to leave a lot of meat on the bone for you. I watch your YouTube and that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, awesome. Maybe he'll be reasonable. So he sends me pictures, sends me the VIN numbers, and I'm looking up some prices on these Camaros right here. Or, I mean, the El Caminos. I'll show you guys what I was looking up. Go quickly. I just go to, because I like to make people offers really quick, or like shorten the time span. Mainly because I'm busy, and if I don't get back to you the same day or next day, it's just not gonna, the deal's not gonna work out. So I have to close out the deal the same day or the next day, or else things will get tracked. So I look up this, and quickly you realize they're bringing 9100, and off breed brought 22.5, 5,000, 8,000, 10,000. Okay, so it's not worth anything, pretty much, to me. And in my opinion, it's kind of an ugly car. So I was like, I called them back and I say, hey man, thank you for reaching out. I'm probably not a buyer on your El Camino, but I am a player on your SSRs and your Camaro. I've sold quite a bit of the SSRs, and I've had quite a bit of those Camaros as well. And those are a lot easier to look up. My dog's going crazy over here. And so I said, okay, on your two cars, I'll be in there around 17, 18 grand. That's what I'll buy those two cars for. And then he's like, okay. And he was like, okay, so, and he was like, kind of hesitated a bit. And he said, okay, so 17,000 for each. And he kind of paused like he was thinking about it. And I was like, I need it. There's no way he's actually thinking I'm offering 17,000 for both. So before he's saying, he said, no, not for both. Or not each. The 17 grand for both. Whoa. And then he's like, whoa, I've never seen a SSR sell for that much money. And then I sent him, of course, some transactions of multiple ones selling for 14 or 15 grand. His had higher mileage on it, and it had 6 owners. And then MMR on that car was 10 grand, by the way, his SSR. I was hitting the cars at about 8,500 a piece. Because and his car actually needed paint work because it was bumped and scraped on the front fender. But yeah, his MMR on his car was about 10 grand. Probably less because I didn't account for the paint damage. 6 owners, which is horrible on a car like that. And about 90,000 miles. Okay. And then a weird paint job. And I still got to ship it over here. So there was that. And then the Camaro, those ones were selling for like 12-ish, 13, 14 grand. And so I was actually paying up a lot. And he's like, no, there's no way. I said, I'm 100% sure I am closer to the money on the car than you are. Like, I'm not lowball. I'm actually paying up on these cars. So for him to think that it was going to be like $30,000 for the pair is crazy. And he had to think about it. So I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that I've been rolling with this week. So it's really buying the cars that's the hard part for me. I gotta see, that's what you guys, if you guys are ever in the market for a car, you have to appreciate the effort that goes in to not just me, but any other classic car dealership. You have to go through a ton of people to buy the right cars and a lot of negotiations. What's up, Tony? Alright, then we got my Grand Sport, which I'm really not worried about this car because I like the Grand Sports and I can drive them when I want to. And I love the Grand Sports. So not worried that this car is still here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You make your money when you buy the car, not when you sell it. But I mean, I'll show you right here. And a car like, and the SSR is a weird car anyways. They just, It's just one of those cars. Not everybody wakes up in the morning and says, you know what, I want an SSR. It's just like a 2006 or 2005 or something. So look, here's one right here. 47,000 miles, 15 grand. 132, 10,000. I mean, I don't know. They're just all over the place. 05's the same thing, so. See, look at this. So 05, it's the same car. MMR 7,500. So I was paying $1,000 more for 1 year newer. I like the SSRs personally, but a lot of people don't. So yeah, it's what it is. A lot of people, you know, get real sentimental attachment to cars and stuff. And yesterday's a perfect example. Like I said, this happened a lot this week. A guy came over to the dealership yesterday, and he had a 2008 red Corvette, base model, complete base model, really nice, super base model, no heads up, no nothing, and it had like 15-ish, 17-ish thousand miles on it, very low mileage car. And the funny thing is, I just got in a Corvette yesterday on trade-in, a red 2008 Corvette. And anyways, so he pulls up, sees that Corvette. He's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have brought mine over. You have the identical car." I said, "Well, I'll buy it. I don't mind." And I said, "Well, how much do you want for it?" He's like, "Well, I want $35,000 for it." I said, "Sir, there's a 0% chance you will get $35,000 for your car. A 0% chance." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, there's no way. I wouldn't even price it over $30,000 if it was on my car lot." And he's like, "Okay, well, give me $30,000 then." And I said, "Well, no, sir. I cannot give you $30,000 for your car. Even if your car was perfect, I would not give you. It needed. This one actually needed tires. They're all dry rotted. You need a whole set of tires. Your headlights are gone, and it's base model, but the miles are the only thing good on the car. You know, what's keeping it up there." I said, "Your car definitely sells in the mid to higher 20s, maybe 26 grand or so, 26.5. He's like, "Well, I paid $30,000 for it." I was like, "Yes, sir, you paid $30,000 for it 15 years ago." I said, "I think it's held its value pretty good." I offered him 20 grand and some change for the car. And I was like, "Sir, I got two other red Corvettes. I do have two other red Corvettes. I had this 08 red Corvette, and I have a 2011 red Corvette." I said, "I really don't need another red C6, but I will buy yours. It's going to be around 20, I forget the exact, but it was in the lower 20s. And I said, "I think that's being more than reasonable." "No, I can't take anything less than 30. I said, "Well, sir, you know, if you break it down, it's only cost you about $1,000 a year to own this car." I said, "That's less than $100 a month. Most people would call that a deal of owning a sports car and enjoying it." "No, I think I'm going to sell it for 35 grand. I said, "Well, good luck to you, sir. I hope you enjoy it a lot more." But speaking of that reminded me, we sold my Celine Mustang, my 2019 Celine Mustang. We sold that to a previous customer of mine who lives down south. And he traded in a 2008 red Corvette that I sold him a year and a half ago. So I took his Corvette on trade-in on the Celine Mustang. Love the channel and all the work you do, Bobby. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, and Tony's reminding me. So my website's not updated again because I had a lot of cars hit me at once. I do have a 40th anniversary 6-speed Corvette in stock that we're selling for Tony, a.k.a. Mr. Darkside Racing. Should you buy a C8 Corvette or C7 manual? That's a good question. You're asking a pretty biased guy. You may want to get some other opinions. I personally, not a huge fan of the C7s. If the Celine was stick, would have flown down for a test drive. And they're also different price range too. I mean, the C8's going to be usually a lot more than a manual C7, so I think I don't know. I personally would go the C8 route, but I think you will save the most money for the same amount of enjoyment with the C7 manual. But I'm just not a C7 guy. I don't like them. Yeah, that Celine was a monster. I really never got on it. My dad did, of course, but I never drove it hard. I got this 70 Corvette in stock. This was one of the cars I bought last week. And actually, this one is crazy. Like, so let's see if you can tell in the pictures. So it's got headers on it. Tony says he looked at it. The car's really loud. Like, it sounds like an American muscle car. Like, it's loud. Probably a small cam in there. It's got bigger heads on it. It's loud, and the AC works. And my phone has been blowing up on this car, like going crazy. Just from today. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 17 messages on my website just on that car specifically. Just on not including other cars, 17 message on this car specifically on my website. Not including Facebook or Instagram or none of that stuff. That's crazy. Off 9 photos too. I just got it in. Now this Pimp Mobile, look at this. This is the one I was excited for. I got a Zimmer. So it says 19. Oh, well, you guys can't see it. I have a Zimmer right here. Look at this Pimp Mobile. This thing is slick. I was more excited to get this one than the Corvette. Got Recaro seats in it. You even got like a little holder right here for flowers, I guess, or like a bouquet. So both of these cars need to get cleaned up and serviced and stuff. But yeah, this thing is crazy. Now it says 1983 Ford Mustang because it's built on top of a 1983 Ford Mustang. And so the VIN number decodes to that. So unfortunately, no way for me to put Zimmer on here. But it's crazy. Like it's something different. I've never had one before. My dad's had a few back in the day, but yeah, I've never had one of these cars, bought one, seen one, drove one. This is a first. And I saw at the auction, I said, I gotta have that car. And yeah, that's sort of my inventory. I have a lot that's not on here. We sold a lot of cars yesterday. What did we sell? We sold a GMC Arcadia to a lady who's in a few TV shows. Drove down from Austin, bought that. We sold a Tundra, our black Tundra. We sold that to a guy in San Antonio. We sold my Land Rover that I've been driving. We sold that yesterday. We sold the Celine. Sold the 79 Corvette, the tan one that the guy sent back for no reason. And so we sold it to somebody else, and surprisingly, they've never had no issue with it because there was no issue with it. It's been a really busy week. Real busy week. And I'm sure there's a lot of other cars I'm forgetting, but actually January was a great January. I always tell you guys January is the slowest month of the year for us. I think we moved out 4 or 5 times as much cars as we did last January. So we're ramping up. Things are moving. I just need to figure out how we can be able to handle all of this stuff. Because the way it is right now, we're definitely not ready for volume. There's no chance we could sell 1 or 2 cars every day. Even if we wanted to, which of course I want to. But there's no way we could handle it, that kind of stuff. I don't know. We need to work some stuff out because I can't be doing a million things all at once. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Tony said, "Put me in, coach." Trying, Tony. Who thinks Tony should work there and be the personal delivery guy? That's another thing too, that transporters showing up late. Like right now, I don't know. Well, you're in California, so it's kind of early over there. But transporters show up super late. Tony would own that shit. Yeah, he definitely would. So I'm trying to figure out how to get all of that into play. Because a lot of people are trading in their cars now, or looking at, or what have you. So it just makes it. It is very difficult for somebody to trade in their car to me and buy a car from me without a good level of trust in me or in the person, because at some point either the person buying the car from me is going to for sure be without their money, without their title, and then possibly without their car, without getting anything in return. And so that makes anybody antsy. Whether I'm real or not real, that makes anybody antsy, being out money, title, and car before you even get what you're buying. And the reason that happens is because the transporters, they don't pick things up in sync. So somebody's car, their car may be picked up before my car gets picked up, or vice versa. So maybe sometimes, like this last case scenario, I was the guy without a title and without the cars. So it was reversed. So it needs to be more streamlined, more reliable, more timely. And that's just one aspect of the business, that end. But there's a lot of stuff that needs to get taken care of on top of that as well. Need to put out some more videos, actually. I need to put out better videos. That's another thing I've been kind of mad about with Etsy lately. Our videos, YouTube videos, have not been the best, in my opinion. Well, in fact, because they aren't. A lot of errors on our end as far as microphones, cameras, videos, memory. Well, just like last night, my phone's out of memory, so like I can't even take a photo, can't take a video because it's out. I can't even get if you texted me an image right now, I can't see it. So we got like a storage deal to offload a lot of my storage, like an external hard drive, right? And so last night she was jacking with it so I could have some space on my phone. And now I have no videos or photos for this past month. So instead of like taking all the old photos and videos, she took off the new ones. So all the videos I have planned to post, they're now somewhere in storage I have to now get back. So just a lot of stuff. Does that count as our first argument? I, I don't know about that. She likes to argue about everything. She's Latina. But yeah, so that's kind of deal. I want to try to get these videos better. They are really slacking. Not really slacking as like effort, but there's just a lot of mistakes that shouldn't be placed. And then the editing of the videos. Sometimes I edit half of it, or she edits half of it, and then it doesn't look right. You guys probably don't notice it, but I do. It's not the way I want the videos to come across or look. So I need to figure out how to do that. He'll make all the test drive videos. Have you guys noticed I haven't posted a test drive video in a long time? YouTube does not like the videos, test drive videos. I just post them in the video descriptions on my website. But I also don't know if I want to go back to 2 videos a week or 1 video a week. But the way business has been right now, there's no way we could edit 2 videos a week. So that's kind of all up in the air. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to grow and grow quickly the business. But there's growing pains that have to be somewhere overcome. And that's kind of the issue where we're at. That's true. You're right. You know, the weird thing is about videos and stuff is, like Waves of the World just said, you never know what's going to go popular, what YouTube pushes. There's video, and I got to say this, on Facebook, we've been blowing up. Like, we get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views on Facebook lately. But it's about weird videos that just... It's like videos that like I'm not gonna post, or I think that are bad, and it's like screw it, like let me just post it. They go crazy. And then videos that like you spend time and effort, they don't go nowhere. It's weird. Jeff, you said that GTR sold fast. No, unfortunately, I did not sell the GTR. I had it on consignment for a customer. He wanted 69,000 for it. I kept getting him offers at 70 grand, but there's obviously, after my fee or what have you, it just wasn't working out for him on his end. So he sold it to another car dealership in my city for, I don't know, 68, 69 grand, what he wanted. And they have it for sale now. And they still have it for sale. But now, I'm not a big expert on Maple Motors, but I believe that is Nick's only job is to make videos. So that is his only job, to make videos and test drives. And they have a lot of cars that he has to do that on. So that is a full-time deal, especially if he's the one editing them as well. I don't have time to do that. And I also don't really enjoy making test drive videos. I think they're kind of boring, personally. I want the channel to be fun and kind of give you like a scenes, like what's in the day-to-day stuff, negotiations, pricing, and just keep it interesting. I don't want to make these videos. I don't want to make it a sale page. Like, I'm constantly trying to sell you guys cars. You know, I kind of want to make the channel different. So that's kind of where I'm at on that stuff. And of course, I will post test drive videos time to time, just because people need to see the car that they're actually buying. But I don't want the whole channel to be about that. I kind of just want it to be fun and entertaining. That's the goal. Miss Daisy, she has it's It's always easier to sell stuff when you got a good-looking girl. I think that's why Itsy could outsell all of us at the dealership. If I want to put a hard close on somebody, I just have Itsy go out there and show them a car. Even me, I'll buy something much more from a girl than a guy. 100%. It's just the way it works. But yeah, that's like I said, the January turned out really great. Was not expecting that. Picked up a lot of our regular in-house cars, and that's another thing too. I don't advertise it that much on YouTube because, like I just said, I don't want it to be like a sales. But on Facebook, I'm always posting sales and that kind of stuff. I get a lot of people out of state that want me to in-house finance cars because they get confused between the Corvettes, or they want me to in-house finance Corvettes, which in-house means people with bad credit or no credit that can't get approved through regular banks or institutions. They want me to finance it personally. But I don't do that on the Corvettes that much. I just do it on the regular cars, and it has to be in Texas. So I've been getting a lot of people that are like, because we get a lot of followers every month on Facebook, and so I advertise in-house, so they get confused, and so I need to figure out how to the new people to keep them. You can't in-house these cars. You can only in-house this if you live in Texas. So growing pains, learning curves. I think this would be a lot easier if I didn't have something to sell and I was just making videos. And I didn't have a product, I guess. So, I don't know. But luckily we've been very blessed to be able to have these kind of problems. I'd rather have these problems than the exact opposite of this, having no traction or anything. So this is really a really good benefit to us, but I'm trying to be able to maximize it as best as possible. And fun, and not boring. And I think on my big monster truck, if it doesn't sell like in the next week or two, let's see here. Let's see. The two cars I bought Dustin is this 70 Corvette right here. Okay, Chris, I appreciate it. You want a side hustle selling electric guitars and stuff? I don't know the first thing about a guitar.
You have one.
People want to see big burnouts in Corvettes. Yeah, I'm sure they do, Ryan. Post one on your YouTube. Let me see it. And don't send me an invoice for the tires. And then I bought this Zimmer. Oh, and this is another thing we gotta add to the list. And I hate this right now. So you guys remember my wall fell down? You guys probably can't see it in your screen. But my wall was falling down. And so we got it fixed. But they had to, I don't even know what all this brown stuff or gray stuff is. But it makes the wall look horrible. So now we have to get the building repainted. And so it just makes all the photos look horrible. Yeah, that's probably what it is. So this monster truck, if this doesn't sell here in the next couple of weeks, I think I'm going to run it in Mecum, Houston, in March or April, whenever it is. I think it's April. So I'm going to schedule it to run in that auction. Because I actually think this is one of the weird things that may actually run off in an auction like that. Especially here in Texas. Every time I've gone to Mecum, trucks just bring crazy prices. Like regular trucks, custom trucks like this, bring absurd amount of money. So something like this could hit a home run and sell in the 40s or 50s. Like, I think I'm pretty safe around here to run it through Mecum. Yeah, this truck's really clean. So this will, I think this will be like a home run deal at Mecum, or at least worst case scenario, I think it sells for around here, and then minus their fee or what have you. But yeah, that's my plan with this truck. And then I'll probably enter a few more stuff just because I don't want to take one thing. Roll the dice and see. You're exactly right. We're going to roll the dice on this one. And that'll be a good YouTube video as well. So YouTube that. I'm also going to... I committed to go to a car show that's happening in March. I'm renting a booth and set that up, and I'll be videotaping that one all day as well. So we'll have a good car show, good YouTube video for that coming out. You know, the last couple of times I've been to Mecum, I haven't bought anything. They just bring every time I've been to Mecum, I say I should have brought my whole car lot here. I say I should have brought my whole car lot because they sell for a lot more. And then people call me all the time. Do you see this car sell at Mecum for this? Do you see this Corvette sell at Mecum for $8,000? So you get everything looks nice underneath the lights at Mecum. There's a reason why they didn't bring the Mecum money. Now there are oddball scenarios where you'll get a good deal, a great deal every once in a while, but it's rare. But I have bought some stuff at Mecum. I think we bought every time. The last time we didn't buy anything, but time before I think we bought 2 Corvettes. Time before that we bought one Corvette and then a JDM kind of car on accident. And so we do buy stuff if it's all right, but it's hard to steal anything there because you're paying 10% on top of that. Then you got to ship it. And all that kind of stuff. February and Moultrie Spencefield has Southern clean cars by the hundreds. Huh. And yeah, there's a lot of auctions out there. Yeah, a video should be coming out this week on the Zimmer and Corvette taking delivery of it and stuff and driving them. So video coming out on those 2 cars this week. And I may have that 70 sold actually because a customer that sold me their Corvette from Ohio, he told me he specifically wanted a C3 automatic with no side pipes. So he saw this one online and he messaged me and he said put my name on it and we'll work out a deal Monday. So I need to call him. I've already spoken to him. He's very serious on it. He wants to buy it. He doesn't want me to sell it to anybody else. And I told him I'd make him a deal on it since he sold me his car. So I just need to work out some figures with him. So maybe sold. Pretty quick sale, hopefully. But what motor is in it? It's got a 350 non-matching number. It's got headers, small cam, and bigger heads. A lot of power to it. Very loud. I'll post a video. Well, I would have posted a video if Itzy didn't take it off my phone.
You recorded with mine.
I recorded one on mine too. Oh, and that's another thing. So since my storage is on my phone, I now have videos on Itzy's phone. So, I don't know. I got videos everywhere, I guess. But looks like dinner is ready, guys. So probably going to be signing off here. Unless you guys have any last minute questions. Oh, next Sunday's Super Bowl. So I'm probably not doing a live stream that Sunday. Next Sunday. So probably not live streaming next Sunday. FYI. This Wednesday we will be live streaming at 10:30. Central Time. AM. Auction. And I have to start putting that in my posts now too. I forget a lot of you guys are not on Central Time. So yeah, I've been gone all day. I guess it's time to do the married thing. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the support from you guys and tuning in, week out, watching the videos. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to me. And I just hope you guys get some enjoyment out of the channel. And hopefully it's just a little bit different than the other things. So thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys soon. Wednesday around 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Another live stream. Take care.